The world of Fallout is different from our own, and did you know they refer to this as the Divergence? In the world of Fallout, we're not dealing with our own history, but rather an alternate universe that mirrors many historical events up until World War II. After that, it branches off into a retro-futuristic 1950s-inspired world of tomorrow. This setting is rich with vintage aesthetics and technology used to delve into humanity's ethics, beliefs, and our inherent relationship with violence. Tim Kaine, one of the creators of Fallout, expressed the game's essence perfectly, quote, "My idea is to explore more of the world, and more of the ethics of a post-nuclear world, not to make a better plasma gun." End quote. In the Fallout universe, you'll find household robots buzzing around, laser guns as a standard issue, and cars that look like 1950s Motorama concept vehicles but run on nuclear fusion. Their computers might seem primitive to us, resembling late 1970s models with basic graphics and limited memory, but they do have supercomputers like the Zack series that surpass our own. Fashion, architecture, and interior design all harken back to the 1950s, with Art Deco and Futurism dominating. The cultural vibe is steeped in this mid-20th century ethos, right down to the anti-communist propaganda that permeates the society, reminiscent of the Cold War era. The Fallout universe's technology is a fascinating blend of the old and new. Giant room-filling computers coexist with advanced robotics and compact nuclear fusion power generators. The focus was less on miniaturization and more on harnessing atomic power, leading to innovations like power armor and laser weaponry that still function centuries later. And that's precisely what we're going to be looking at in this video. Some of the most interesting tech that has come out of the Fallout series. Does it have a real-world counterpart, or is it wholly and truly unique to this strange universe? One of the great ironies in the Fallout universe is that humanity had discovered solutions to the resource wars but failed to distribute these advancements equally. This failure to share critical technologies led directly to the catastrophic wars that ultimately ended the world. Technologies like the matter replication seen in Big MT, advanced Gex, and the Sierra Madre casino could have prevented the conflicts if shared globally. If China and other nations had access to these innovations, the resource wars and the Sino-American War might never have happened. So what is a GEC, you may or may not be wondering? The GEC, short for Garden of Eden Creation Kit, is one of the most iconic pieces of technology in the Fallout universe. Imagine having the ultimate do-it-yourself kit capable of transforming a barren wasteland into a thriving paradise. That's essentially what the GEC does. It's designed to rebuild civilization from scratch. Packed with advanced technologies, it's like a high-tech Swiss Army knife for post-apocalyptic survival, with tools that can create fertile lands and jumpstart agriculture. It's a marvel of pre-war engineering designed to rebuild and revitalize devastated environments. The GEC can purify large quantities of water, removing radiation and contaminants. This is essential for making the water safe for drinking and irrigation, a crucial step in re-establishing a sustainable ecosystem. It has the capability to cleanse soil of radiation and toxins, making it fertile and suitable for growing crops. This feature is vital for agriculture, allowing survivors to cultivate food and ensure a steady supply of nutrition. The GEC also includes a variety of seeds and plant life, ensuring that once the soil is prepared, it can be quickly seeded with diverse flora. This helps create a balanced ecosystem and kickstarts the process of natural regeneration. Kit also provides essential materials and tools for building infrastructure. This might include basic shelter, storage facilities, and other necessary structures to support a growing community. The GEC can release beneficial microorganisms and bioengineered plants that help in restoring the natural balance of the ecosystem. These organisms can aid in breaking down pollutants and enriching the soil. Advanced GECs like those found in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas may include various high-tech components, such as data libraries and automated systems to guide and assist in the rebuilding process. To use the GEC, you simply activate it in a suitable location. Once deployed, it initiates its processes, gradually transforming the surrounding area. Exact specifics can vary, but the end result is a lush, habitable environment, a new Garden of Eden in the midst of a nuclear wasteland. In essence, the GEC is the ultimate reboot button for the planet, packed into a portable, user-friendly kit. It's a testament to the ingenuity and hope of pre-war humanity, designed to give survivors the tools they need to rebuild and thrive. GECs have appeared in Fallout 2, 3, and 76. In Fallout 2, both Shady Sands and Vault City were built with the GEC. In Fallout 3, the Lone Wanderer has to find the GEC in Vault 112 in order to make Project Purity work. And in Fallout 76, a GEC could be found in Vault 94. It was destroyed due to unfortunate events, and the subsequent aftermath created what the Appalachian Wastelanders call the Mire. The Geks are incredibly interesting because they have the ability to restore life to its former glory. The science is iffy on these at best, but it's not completely unreal. We already purify water in the real world. We can also decontaminate soil. All the parts of the Gek are possible today. But how you fit those processes into a briefcase-sized piece of technology? Well, that's Fallout logic, baby. I wanted to cover this one next because the premise of this tech is similar to the Geks in the fact that the technology used could have impacted the resource wars tremendously. In fact, it could have ended them outright if it was shared, because seemingly these are matter transformation machines. The Sierra Madre vending machines were developed by the Big MT's Y0 Research Center and funded by Frederick Sinclair. Sinclair first saw the vending machines at a World's Fair and he was captivated. Determined to make these devices part of his luxurious casino, he invested heavily and made the villa a testing ground for the experimental technologies. These machines weren't just designed to dispense snacks and drinks, they were meant to provide emergency supplies such as food, medical items, and even security equipment, just in case of a nuclear disaster. However, access to these special supplies was restricted and required specific dispenser codes. While Sinclair touted the machines as a way to ensure self-sufficiency for the Sierra Madre, some believe they were just another way for Sinclair to monopolize profits by banning other vending machines. Employees felt the sting of this monopoly, often unable to afford the items dispensed by the machines with limited chips they earned. These vending machines use Sierra Madre chips as both currency and raw material. The chips act like batteries, powering the machines and providing the necessary materials to assemble various items. Different machines offer different supplies, ranging from food and cigarettes to medical supplies and weapon mods, especially after locating specific vending machine codes. Clever scavengers can even counterfeit these chips using fission batteries and scrap metal. After the Great War, the Sierra Madre's isolation left these vending machines as the sole survivors of their kind. For over 200 years, they remained operational, catching the eye of a rogue Brotherhood of Steel elder named Elijah. He saw the potential to use the Sierra Madre's technologies, including the vending machines, to reshape the world. To Elijah, these machines were more than just dispensers. They were tools that could provide unlimited resources, potentially building or destroying nations. The Sierra Madre vending machines essentially act like high-tech alchemists. They break down the chips and reassemble them into new items. The machines use these Sierra Madre chips as both the power source and the raw material. The chips are made from some simple alloys of common and fissionable elements, so they're not some fancy nanotech. Machines then use nuclear fission or fusion to transform these materials into useful items, from tools to food to prescription meds. You select what you want via a holographic interface that shows you the item you're buying. These machines were on the verge of bringing unimaginable prosperity to civilization just before the bombs dropped. They showcase the incredible technological heights humanity had reached and the devastating fall that followed. If we break it down even further, you insert the chip, energy then happens, item is then created. Simply put, no matter is really created or destroyed, just changed into a different state. In the real world, we're pretty far from this technology and it's probably still considered science fiction. But we can change matter using different processes, just not on this scale. For example, nuclear reactions like nuclear fission and fusion are processes that change the nuclei of atoms, transforming one element into another. High-energy particle accelerators can smash atoms together, transforming them into different elements or isotopes. And maybe one day, in theory, advances in quantum mechanics and nanotechnology might allow for precise control over atomic and molecular structures, potentially enabling more sophisticated forms of matter transformation. Regardless, it's incredible and interesting tech that is often overlooked in Fallout. Speaking of matter, and more precisely moving it over large distances in a matter of seconds, let's talk about the teleportation tech that exists in Fallout. And in fact, we have two different forms of it in the games. The Big Mountain Transportal Ponder is a special item in the game. It's not a weapon in the traditional sense, but more of a teleportation device. It was created as a prototype teleporter at the Big MT facility. It's used to quickly travel to and from the research facility, which becomes important after the train systems are destroyed. However, it has restrictions to ensure only non-threatening individuals can use it to go to Big MT. The courier can acquire the Transportal Ponder after certain events in the game. It kind of looks like a detonator, with an orange back casing and an aqua-colored clear glass top. When you use it, it teleports you from one of two locations, from the Mojave Wasteland to the Sink's balcony, or from Big MT to the Mojave Drive-In. You can't use it while in combat or while falling, and you also can't have any active companions with you. It's also important to note that you can only teleport from specific locations in the Mojave Wasteland, not just anywhere exposed to the sky. You also can't use it to travel from other add-ons like Dead Money, Honest Hearts, or Lonesome Road. So yeah, it has a lot of limitations, and honestly, they don't really give us much of an explanation of how their transportation process even works. They can also use it without the transportal ponder, as they bring the courier to the Big MT using tech without the gun. And any biological material that passes their radar fence gets zapped back into the main area. Then we have the molecular relay from the Institute. This one is also not explained extremely well, but we definitely have more clues to how it works. So the Institute's teleportation is a bit of a mystery, but here's our best guess. They use a molecular relay that seems to work through the classical radio station. When you blow up the Institute, the radio station disappears as well. It seems like you can only teleport to and from the Institute using this classical radio signal, so as long as you're in range, you're good to go. However, there is a limit to how much radiation the teleporter could handle. This could be an explanation as to why they can't teleport all over the world. So basically, the molecular relay disassembles molecules and reassembles them wherever the classical radio station is broadcasted. Virgil explains this process to you, but then doesn't elaborate further than that. We also have the alien teleportation stuff from Fallout 3, but let's not dive into that. Teleportation in the real world remains firmly in the realm of speculation and imagination for now, as it would require technologies and understandings of physics far beyond our current capabilities. That'll do it for today's video, but I'm curious as to what you guys think. Do you have any theories on how this tech works and what it all means? I also want to know some of the craziest tech in Fallout that you would like me to cover. Any of your personal favorites, and I'll jump to it in a future video. If you guys love Bethesda games or RPGs, then make sure you like the video and subscribe, because we'll be posting new content every other day. Have a great week. I'll see you in the next.